Good morning. Welcome to VO Journey. So this morning it's really bright coming in, and I'm getting some shadows here. I got my lights on, so I apologize about that. But anyways, welcome to the show. This is where we help voice actors start and grow their voiceover business and sidestep all the crazy things that I seem to step on. I hope you're having a great Friday. Now, I want to dive into talking about picking the right microphone today for your space. But real quick, make sure as always, you head over to VOsJourney.com and check out. It's only $10 to give us a try at the Academy, and it's a great time to get your voiceover business jump started and started on the road. And yeah, check us out. You're absolutely going to love it. Also, Academy Voices is another wonderful place you can go to get started in your voiceover business by getting work and hiring. That's our talent agency, so check that out as well. So listen, it's great to be with you guys today. We are talking about microphones and how to pick the right microphone. So first off, just so you know, no matter what microphone you pick, the number one thing to do is treat your space. That is has to be key to what you're doing, is treat your space. Make sure that you have at least 2 to 4 inches thick of material on all of your walls, that you have carpet. Okay. Do you need something on your ceiling? You can. But if you have enough on your walls and your floor, you don't need something on your ceiling. But, you know, that's having something on your ceiling is just as good. The importance of that cannot be overstated when you're getting a microphone, because, right, no matter what microphone you get, if you get a $100 microphone or $1,000 microphone, the more expensive your microphone is, it will just pick up more of the problems in your space. Now, I will tell you that the more expensive microphones you get, they do begin after you get to about the $1,000 mark. After that, the jump is very incremental in like how much better they are. And you know, and when I say better, it's not just about the way they pick up your space, but it's about the way they make your voice sound. Okay, like how they you know, whether it's warm, whether it's bright, how full it is, how much editing you have to do. You know what I mean? How much work you have to do on your voice. So that's something that, you know, your mic plays a big part in as it grows. But after $1,000, you know what I mean? You don't get like the same jump from 1,000 to 2,000, 2,000, 3,000, etc. You know what I mean? But that first jump from like 100 to 1,000 is a massive difference in your microphone quality. There's 2 types of microphones, right? Generally speaking, we have a condenser microphone. We have this is a dynamic microphone, and we have a condenser microphone, which is what I have in my booth. The difference between those microphones, all right, is one is more geared towards blocking out a lot of background noise, like the dynamic microphone. You see them a lot used on stages, big bands. You know, the old microphone with the silver top on it, right? Those are very popular in radio broadcasts, that sort of thing. You can use them to do voiceovers with, but they're really good if you've got issues with your space and background noise, etc. But condenser microphones are typically more used when you're trying to pick up more of the intricacies of your voice and so forth. So, you know, those require phantom power, you know, which comes with your interface and everything that you have. But, you know, those are the 2 general types of microphones. You could probably classify USB microphones into a different area, but, you know, we're not talking about USB microphones, we're talking about XLR microphones. Now, the XLR is the cable, right, that goes into the back of your microphone. And there are some things for dynamic microphones like cloud lifters and things that help boost the power so you don't have to turn up the gain as much on your interface. But when it comes to picking the right microphone, there are a couple different ones. There's a large diaphragm microphone, okay? And these are the microphones like, you know, the Rode NT1, you know, going up to well, no, I was thinking about the Sennheiser, which is a shotgun microphone. But the Neumann 103, I mean, there's a 102 and everything. But, you know, these are the big microphones, you know what I mean, that have, you know, the head like this, right? And they have a diaphragm in the middle. And it has kind of a cardioid pattern, right? Which is a pickup pattern, which is, you know, if you talk in kind of this area, it picks you up the same. But because of that pattern in large diaphragm microphones, usually you want to have a space really well treated because it will pick up a lot of the bounce in the room in your space, right? If the acoustical treatment is not done very well. A shotgun microphone, or like a hypercardioid pattern, which is a narrow, so like a shotgun microphone, you're going to have a narrow polar pattern, meaning like it's going to be it's not going to pick up as much from the sides and everything, just from here. And that helps a lot with noise. It helps a lot with bounce because it doesn't pick all that stuff up. So you see a lot of people with shotgun microphones, they absolutely love it. Now, tendency of shotgun microphones is it does a lot of times make your voice sound warmer. Okay. So some people like the brightness sometimes of, large diaphragm microphones, like the Neumann. But, the Sennheiser 416 and the Neumann, those are kind of like industry standards at the $1,000 mark. But there's also some shotgun microphones for $160. I think it's the AT865. I apologize for not having like the exact numbers of them. But of course, the Synco D2 is another shotgun microphone, and these are more inexpensive than the Sennheiser, which is $1,416. But those polar patterns. Okay, those pickup patterns, polar patterns, if you want to call it. I like to say pickup patterns because it's like it's where it's picking up your voice. Right? Those are ones that, can help you a lot in deciding what microphone to get. Also, there is how it makes your voice sound, as we talked about. There's also the dynamic range of the microphone, which is what I was saying about how it makes your voice sound. Because all microphones, what's interesting is if you go into, when you buy a microphone or you go online and you look at the stats for the microphone, the dynamic range will tell you where the microphone starts to, like what frequency range does it start to pick up, how high does it go, and then throughout the different bands, of our voice, it'll tell you, does this particular microphone you have boost certain areas? Because some microphones do. Some microphones have a very flat response. Some microphones boost in the higher end, so it's high. Some microphones have a boost in the lower end, so it's warmer, right? So you have, that's an important thing to look at with your microphone because it can mix with your voice and your space very differently. The other thing too that I find that comes up a lot that is also determined by your microphone is how loud you can be. Okay. Each microphone is tested for the dB range to where it overloads or clips, if you will. All right. And some microphones, right, can handle louder, like you being louder than other microphones before it starts to get that metallic sound, or I call it overloads, which means it starts to get too high to where it doesn't pick up clearly, or it clips. When it clips, it's like a click and it stops, like it doesn't pick up your voice anymore. So, microphones have that as well. Okay. And these are all things that are very useful, and you can find all this in the stats page, and it's really exciting to learn about it. Well, I guess it's exciting if you like microphones, but because it kind of begins to, it does tell you what you can expect from a microphone. But in the end, and I'm going to end it here, when you're looking for a microphone, and the reality of the situation is that you have to try it out. Right? Because, like I said, I've worked with thousands of actors on stage, thousands of voice actors now. And I can tell you that the microphone, and each person, each microphone, right? They are different. I mean, the combination of them are different for each one. And some just mix really well with a particular voice. Some do not. And that's why I would say one of the best pieces of advice I can get to you too is when you buy a microphone, make sure you get a microphone from a place that allows you to return it, right? So that you try it out, see if it works out well, see if you like the sound, and then if you don't return it, that's okay, right? You're not going to just get it right on the first try. So make sure you find a place where you can return your microphone if it doesn't sound right and try another one. But this is really, really important. You don't have to settle for the first microphone that you buy and be like, oh, I'm just stuck with it, right? Make sure you get it from a place. A lot of places like Amazon, some of Sweetwater, some of them, some of the microphones allow, some don't, but a lot of them do allow you to return it, within a certain, like 30 days or something, if it's not exactly what you want. So, make sure you keep the box and everything. But try it out. All right. Leave your comments below. I'd be really interested to see what kind of microphones you've settled on, what you're in right now. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What you're noticing? The microphone is our number one tool, that we use, and it affects the way you sound incredibly. Again, your space is by far the most important part to bring out the best use of you and your microphone. Okay. But picking the right microphone makes a big difference. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful Friday. Make sure you check out VOsJourney.com. Like I said, we got that $10 special and Academy Voices. We are audiobook agency. We publish hundreds of audiobooks now, so it's really exciting. So, like I said, head over to A VO's Journey if you're interested in getting your business up and running and working with a community and classes, and we'd love to have you. So you guys have a wonderful Friday. Take it easy, everybody. Goodbye.